The facility that we're in right now is actually a joint facility. So we have run this facility in partnership with the Argyll Community League. And in that partnership, we both share the expenses of operating the facility, hiring the center manager, purchasing the furniture and equipment, all of that kind of thing. So we've been partnering with them probably for about, it's getting on to 20 years now. Prior to that, the Edmonton Japanese Community Association rented the second floor in an industrial area for a number of years before finding this location. For many, many years prior to that, the Edmonton community used to meet in the very early days when the new immigrants, when people started immigrating to the Edmonton area at the Bissell Center, which is in the basement of the Bissell Church. So they used to have gatherings there, they used to have socials and some potluck dinners, that kind of thing. I think they also used to have chow mein dinners as well. I think they used to sell chow mein lunches to the community. Then at that time, as the community progressed and continued to develop, they formed a food co-op. So lots of times, many activities form around food. But because it was very difficult to find Japanese food ingredients here, they used to do a bulk order from Vancouver, and some of the business people in Edmonton actually used to look after purchasing it and then distributing it. So it started off in that way, meeting in people's homes, that kind of thing. Then, even at the time before there was an actual place to meet, they used to have about 3 events a year. So they always held a children's Christmas party, and they rented another a hall in another community center, and then they used to have an annual picnic, and that was held in one of the parks. So they would rent space in a park and meet there for kind of a potluck. Everyone brought their own bento and shared it. Our association is a very mixed association. So we do have people of Japanese descent here. We do have people who are of non-Japanese descent but are interested in some kind of, some aspect of Japanese culture, whether it's language or the martial arts or music, like the taiko group, that kind of thing. And then also we have EJCA, who are also our members. We do have one group that is, I think, geared more towards the EJCA, so that's a Nihongo Kids, which is a group for children, preschool-age children, and their parents, so they meet here once a week. For me, I've started to get involved in several different things. So I've taken the taiko workshops. So I love the taiko music, but I'm not very musical. But I took the workshops and it was a lot of fun. I've become very interested in learning the Japanese language because I'm third generation Sansei. And although I was apparently bilingual when I was very young, then I've lost it all. And when you don't have the opportunity to speak constantly with people in a second language, then you tend to lose it all. So I've attended Japanese language classes here for about the last 3 years. I'm interested in, I took the tea ceremony program and I do the folk dancing awadori. So it's just being, I think, interested in the cultural roots. But you know, right now I think for me, if there was one focus of interest, is just improving my language skills. I think I always felt very comfortable in the Japanese culture. Not that in our family we celebrated all of the traditional Japanese occasions like Doll Day and things like that, but my mom often cooked Japanese food, so you know, I was always very familiar with Japanese food. When we had family gatherings, it was always the potluck, but it was always pretty much Japanese food. So I'm very connected that way and have always felt very comfortable with things Japanese, I guess, and then just really wanting to learn more about it, about you know, about those aspects of the culture.